Hi, Amazing Love Church family. It is so great to talk to you about COVID 19 and all the concerns. Is it any wonder that there is mass hysteria on this Friday the 13th? It reminds me there's always opportunities to live in fear and to be afraid. There's always wars and rumors of wars. There's always sicknesses and flus and cancer and financial circumstances that can give us unrest and a lack of peace, which is why I love being part of the family of believers. That's why I love our God. Our God reminds us that we can have peace no matter the circumstances, no matter what the world is doing. I come to you mostly with the message of peace from Psalm 91. Hear these words. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Do you know right now you have a God who uses His feathers to cover you, to make sure that you are safe, to make sure that all things work for the good of those who love Him, called according to His purpose? Right now, this is the God who is the reason the sun came up and the moon goes down. This is the God who has in mind every living creature, and not a bird falls to the ground, no sparrow apart from the knowledge of our God. And He says, you are so much more valuable. He knows all your concerns about COVID 19, all your concerns about your earthly life right now. And because of faith in Him, we have reason for peace. Do you know, the essence of our faith is peace over the biggest problem we face as humans, death. Easter proves God conquered our greatest enemy, death. And if He conquered death, what can't He handle? Surely He's in control even now amid COVID-19 concerns. But the question is, what should we as believers do? Yes, faith drives out fear and gives reason for peace. But what's the balance between faith and stewardship? Faith and my responsibilities. You know, I love the book of Nehemiah. In Nehemiah, they were facing a threat while building the wall. Army enemies did not want them to build it. And they prayed to God and they trusted in Him. In Nehemiah chapter 4, it says this, we prayed to our God. And how rightly to pray right now and put things into God's hands. God, only You are in control. Only You are big enough to handle all of the concerns in the world. God, would You stop this pestilence right now? But they didn't just pray. The verse goes on, and after it said we prayed to our God, it says, and we posted a guard day and night to meet this threat. When they had reason to be feared, they not only prayed, but they also did something. They did what they could do. They made sure that they were safe from enemy attack by posting guard. Reminds me that we can have faith in God, let's say to get a job, but you should pray to God about getting a job and you should apply. It reminds me of having faith in God of finding a spouse. You should pray to God for a good spouse, and you should ask someone out on a date. Right now, during the COVID-19 concerns, we should pray to God primarily, but we should also do our part. In the state of Illinois, Governor Pritzker told us the part that we can play. And he encouraged us of gatherings 250 and under, that maybe there's a modus of safety there, but he recommends not anything higher. And so we're going to honor our representatives, which is always good to do. It's always good to pray for our government leaders. And what we're going to do at Amazing Love is this. First of all, if you have any concerns over getting sick by being in a group gathering, we encourage you to stay at home. Right now we are working on creating Facebook Live for this Sunday. Fingers crossed. Not sure it's going to happen. But if we don't have Facebook Live services, feel free to catch up at amazinglove.org and maybe catch up on a message you loved as an encore, or pick out a message that you weren't there for and we have plenty of messages that you can use for your spiritual time of meditation. Another thing we're going to do is we are going to hold services. Our group gathering does not go over 250 usually, and when we do, here are the precautions we're going to take. We are going to have for the offering baskets in the back, and we're not going to pass around the plate. We are not going to shake hands, even though we love and care for each other. We are also going to cancel both coffee and donuts, and I'm sorry for those who love coffee and donuts as much as I do. These are some of the precautions we're taking, along with making sure everything has been wiped down with Lysol and ready to go. So if you are planning on joining us, please do. We'd love to see you. We'd love to gather with you this Sunday. But if you have any concerns at all, please again know it's just fine to stay at home. You know, I'm reminded that we're not home yet. There's a song out on Christian radio that said, "Almost Home." And I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for the day where there is no more disease, no more sickness, no more bodily pain. I can't wait for the day until there's no more crying, no reason to be sad because all the old things are gone, where relationships are perfected, where everything is at peace. You may know we're not home yet. We almost are. During all of this, may it be a reminder that as long as you're here on earth, this is just a tent. God has a much better place in store for you. As Jesus rose from death, so we too will rise and go home to heaven with our Lord. But in the meantime, because our hope in God is not just for a someday, it's for today, may you know you have feathers guarding and protecting you. God is your refuge and your fortress. No matter the threat, peace be with you.